Help support our coverage using Blueberry, the community that gives creators the ability to make money, get detailed audience measurements, and host their audio and video. Get 30 days to try out the service using promo code Blueberry004. That's BLUBRRY004.
Hi, Danielle here with PLUGHITZ Live, part of the Tech Podcast Network. I'm here at CES 2023. We're currently at the ADT booth. And can you please introduce yourself for me?
Sure. I'm Chris Fowler. I'm the Director of Emerging Technology for ADT Commercial.
Okay. So can you introduce this guy for me?
Sure, yeah. ADT Commercial just started a new initiative called EvoGuard, and it encompasses a lot of our new guarding technologies. And so the one that really is cool is our Apollo humanoid guarding robot. And that's the one you see here.
Okay, so you're saying Guardian. Can you explain to me exactly what this guy's job is and how he's going to help us?
Yeah, well, a lot of a guard's job, a human guard's job, is observing and reporting. Walking around a given space, checking a door, looking to see if a window is open or closed. Well, Apollo here can do all of that. And so it's really designed to enhance a company's guard force through right-sizing the force itself to the space and then being able to realign those human guards to other more critical needs. And then Apollo can come in and do a lot of those basic guarding functions.
All right, so let's jump into a scenario here. So he is working at my office. He's patrolling around. What does he do if he sees something a little bit fishy or something is not right? Can you explain that process for me?
Sure. Yeah. Well, whoever a guarding supervisor, the chief security, whoever wants to set the missions, just gets on a relatively simple dashboard, sets up and designs the mission. Apollo then moves autonomously through an organization's office or whatever space they design or need. And then they can designate when Apollo might provide an alert back to that guard supervisor. What's unique with Apollo is that the guard supervisor can look through the 360-degree camera system, see what needs to be done, and actually get into a virtual reality headset and work through the robot to fix whatever the problem is.
So you can become the robot.
And you, in fact, become the robot, yes. And you move the arms, the legs, you can move, you can see what's going on, you can talk and interact with whoever might be there. And then you can close the door, you can pick up the bag, you can solve that problem. And then Apollo can go back into autonomous mode and continue on with its mission.
So what kind of devices, so you say for the virtual reality aspect of it where you can become the robot, what kind of devices are compatible to do that? Is there a certain type of headset that is needed and required?
Well, it comes with the robot. So at this point in time, it's the Oculus headset. But as technology advances and missions advance, then we work with Haloti Robotics, the manufacturer, and come up with different solutions.
So all of the technology is preloaded into the Oculus?
Well, the Oculus provides a way for the user to look through the robot and moves its arms and legs. We also have an option for a handset. Sometimes what we found in our testing is that an operator might get dizzy in the VR headset. So you can use a handheld system. Everything the robot sees, you can see on a display. Desktop, laptop, so the VR headset isn't absolutely required.
What are his full range of capabilities? So, how fast does he go? What is his range of motion kind of thing? What are his capabilities of grabbing things? What does that look like?
Yeah, well, when Haloti Robotics was designing, the range of motion is critical in robotics. And the reason it's humanoid is because all of our environments are designed for humans. And the guards are human, the supervisors are human, and so it was critical that the robot be human as well. So the robot can do the vast majority of work that a human can do. Clearly, it doesn't have dexterity with fingers or those types of things, but what we found in those basic missions is that that's not necessary.
Do you have any current interest in this guy, anywhere he's currently working?
So our other R&D platform that Haloti initially provided ADT Commercial, we developed 3 partnerships with companies, and that's really a unique opportunity for ADT Commercial, was to bring companies in the process early. Kind of like what a Boeing or an Airbus does in designing an airplane. We can bring them in and get customer needs, and then we relay those to Haloti Robotics, and they've actually put probably up to this point over 250 lessons learned from our testing partners into this commercial production right here.
What is your favorite feature on this guy?
I think my favorite feature is the ability to manipulate with the arms. The key feature in here are the motors and the way that the arms are controlled in the range of motion, and that's very difficult to do and very unique.
Okay, so what other things does ADT have going on in the corporate setting?
Yeah, part of our other technologies under the EvoGuard umbrella is our interior drone solution by Indoor Robotics, a company out of Israel. And this is a true indoor drone designed to work in office spaces, data centers, and eventually warehouses. It's really an after-hours guarding solution. Again, when we talk about guards performing sort of those basic functions over and over again, that's what the drone is really designed to do. So clearly not to the capacity of the robot here that you see, but in a much broader, scalable range, it really provides some unique solutions.
So is it more of like an on-the-go camera system?
It is, yeah. So the drone sets on a tile that's installed in the ceiling. It drops off that tile, finds itself in space, and then goes about its mission. It's got a front camera, a rear camera, and it's got some capability to sense temperature differences. It's also got object avoidance, so if you walk towards it, it'll stop and move around you, as well as some basic artificial intelligence capability for people detection and object detection.
So he's kind of autonomous, but can you also program and use him as well, like you could with this guy?
Yeah, you sure can. So you can plan a mission that'll go 2 or 3 times every night. Plus you can do an ad hoc mission. So if you know that an alarm went off, you could just get on the dashboard, send the drone over there, take a look and see what's happening and have an idea.
Okay, so going back to both of these products more broadly, how is like the battery life? Do they charge themselves? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so the concept for Apollo here will be that Apollo will be able to plug itself in and recharge. Yeah, it really is. That's not a current feature, but it should be over the next 3 to 6 months. The drone automatically goes back to its charging station, which is the tile. So we set up the mission profile so that there's always enough battery, and then it can go back to the tile and recharge, waiting for the next mission.
So are these devices currently available?
So they're not yet currently available. We're still testing, and we were able to just introduce our commercial version of the robot, Apollo, here at CES, which was very exciting. But we do expect commercialization and sales in Q1 of this year, so starting soon.
I can see that this guy's getting a lot of attention here, so it's really cool. He's a very attractive man.
Yeah. Well, he seems to think so. Yeah.
So do you guys know around the price points it'll be when he launches?
Yeah, we're developing the price points. It'll be a lease model, so companies will be able to lease everything they need to start doing missions with these products, as well as the licenses for all the software. And then that really provides a lot of flexibility.
So if our viewers want to find more information about this guy and the drones, where can they go and how can they find out more? Yeah,
ADT.com, ADTcommercial.com, any of those websites related to ADT corporate, right? Yeah, and then that'll eventually get them to the right spot.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
For continuing CES 2023 coverage, stay tuned to PLUGHITZlive.com/CES.